The Offensive Rookie of the Year award has just gotten hotter.
Horton on the return at the 20, right up the middle to the 30. Now Horton to the outside. Torrey Horton down the sideline. And it's a touchdown! 95 yards! The first punt return for a touchdown by Seattle.
I've sat through 18 weeks of the regular season. Ridiculous media opinions, media hype about players that just suck.
Harvey's got a first down. Harvey's looking for the end zone. Harvey takes it home. Henderson breaks a second one for a touchdown.
Oh my gosh. He looked over
They
at the
will have earned it. Stafford's got a man. He's got a touchdown.
And we have one scary question to ask. Is the Offensive Rookie of the Year won by steady production, mismatches and touchdowns, offensive responsibility, or the man who can control the game himself? What's the criteria the AP voters are looking for? 4 names, 4 different paths, but only one of them has the heart of a champion. Let's stop pretending this is a tie. Let's stop pretending the stats tell the story. I'm about to tell you who really owns this season. Let's start in Tampa, Emeka Egbuka, the professional.
He throws. It's caught. Touchdown. Throws. End zone. Emeka Egbuka. Touchdown Tampa Bay.
looking for Egbuka.
Oh, what a
catch.
catch.
I look at these notes and see the word polished repeatedly written. Everyone, the scouts, the pundits, and the guys with the clipboards are falling over themselves because Emeka runs a clean route. They say he's the definition of consistency, so reliable. Congratulations, you're the equivalent of a LinkedIn profile, a mid-size sedan in a world of Ferraris. No, I'm not trying to bury the kid in sarcasm. He finished the season with 63 receptions for 938 yards, but let's face it, how many of those passes were just checkdowns? How many were third and short?
His first NFL score, 30 yards.
But have you ever sat and wondered why he's so reliable? Almost like Edelman when he was playing with Brady. It's because the kid never really takes any risks. He lives in the soft spots of the zone, basically a big slot. But he has the capacity to make those big plays when he needs to.
On 2nd and 10, Mayfield's pass is...
And that's the stat many of the experts are rating him on. My biggest concern with the kid is his inability to rack up the yak. Yeah, those yards you make after the catch. To be honest, the only way he really gets any extra yards is when he falls forward or when the defense tackles him over the first down marker. He's not breaking ankles, he's just there. Is he pro ready? Yes. Is he a surgeon that pierces the zone coverage like a scalpel? I'd have to wait and see. I wouldn't trust him to get me in field goal range when the game's tied and Mahomes is sitting on the other side. But do you give him the Offensive Rookie of the Year? Well, if your main criteria is to find the safe guy, go ahead. When Emeka Egbuka breaks the huddle, the defense doesn't panic. They think, oh, okay, he might catch a crossing route for 9 yards. That's not a trophy winner. That's a solid wide receiver too who's lucky to be in a system that feeds him the ball. I'm looking for a superstar, not a librarian. But what about the Colts? They seemingly have a giant tight end that can line up as a fullback.
Asking the coach to run the ball. We're always on the same page. Jones, good hands. Tyler Warren, big gain down the side.
If old school's your thing and you remember the days when a tight end was just another blocker, Tyler Warren's your guy. I mean, Gronk likes the guy.
Warren, he's doing a great job for the Indianapolis Colts. He's been phenomenal this year, and he's been scoring touchdowns. He's been Gronk spiking it as well, and he Gronk spikes with his...
But look, he's a big guy, 6'6", 250 plus pounds. He's out there playing Wildcat QB. He's lining up at fullback and catching 76 balls in the season. He's like a Swiss Army knife, and that's exactly why the media loves him so much.
Warren right now, guys. I mean, how many tight ends would you take the rest of the season over Tyler Warren, Matthew?
How many times this season have you heard, oh, look how versatile he is, or he's a matchup nightmare? To me, that's just code for the defense forgot to cover the guy who looks like a lineman. Warren's the definition of the Colts QB experience. When you have a QB who's a threat on the run and can run it in 80 yards on every play, of course the tight end is going to be open in the flat. It's a layup. The guy's basically a safety blanket, and believe me, Daniel Jones needs one. He needs a pillow and a long nap the way he treats that football like a hot potato. Warren's really a great guy. He's a glue guy, but he's only a side dish. Calling him the next Gronk, well, that's pretty rich. The guy certainly has a great future ahead. He's a Pro Bowler, but when I'm looking for the Offensive Rookie of the Year, I'm looking for the filet mignon, not the side of potatoes. I'm looking for the guy who dictates the game. I mean, if versatility is the thing these voters look for, maybe they should have handed it to Lamar in 2018 and not Saquon. Warren's great, but he's not the engine of the offense. He's the ornament on top that makes it look like a $100,000 car. Now, if he doesn't fit the mold, maybe someone with an alpha personality does.
Speaking of, Jay, we moved to the Panthers game where Bryce Young was unconscious in this game. It was his best game as a young pro and still outscored by his #1 wide receiver in Teteroa McMillan. 8 catches, 130 yards.
Correct the record here. You prefer to be called T-Mac, no Tet, right?
Yeah, T-Mac. I don't know where Tet came from, but, you know, it's okay. It's kind of disrespectful just to my mom. I feel like my mom will come out and be the one to tell you that, not to call me that.
The man who calls himself T-Mac and speaks like that kind of swag you'd expect from a 90s rapper, he is the dominant one according to the media.
Empty set, 5 in the pattern. Young floats it, end zone. McMillan, his first NFL touchdown.
And since the mainstream media wants to sell you jerseys, they're pretty much already engraving his name on the trophy. Kid's got 70 receptions for 1,014 yards and 7 touchdowns. Perhaps he is the next Megatron. Please stop. I've watched the Panthers this year. It was actually painful. 8-9 and they made the playoffs. I mean, that's a losing season. The reason he's got over 1,000 yards is because he's the only one who can catch. He's the only visible target in Carolina in a 50-mile radius. What about all those drops?
Play clock. Young, middle of the field, off the hands.
I get it, Bryce Young isn't the guy I trust the most either. But the best way to describe T-Mac is empty calorie production. He's a highlight reel machine who jumps over 5'10" corners in the third quarter when the team is down by 3 scores. But that's just being an alpha lion in a room full of kittens, a big fish in a very small pond. The kid did make his catches, though.
Pass is caught. First down, up across the 40.
But when you're 6'5" and you don't outjump those corners, there's something wrong. Did he change the culture? Is he going to be the next Jerry Rice or Randy Moss? No. Does he make Bryce Young look like a franchise quarterback? Nope. You want to tell me he's the best rookie? I tell you, he's the guy with the most opportunities on the worst team. If you put McMillan in an offense with actual stars, he'd be lucky to get 600 yards. Don't let the box score fool you. This isn't greatness, it's volume, it's noise, it's a drum solo in an empty room. Which leads me to the G-Men, to Meadowlands, to the only man on this list who actually knows what it feels like to carry the weight of a city, not just any city, New York.
It's way and it's caught for a touchdown.
And Theo John
Deep and that pass.
This is it, the whole damn argument. Jackson Dart didn't just play football this year, he saved a franchise from itself. He didn't even start the season. He had to sit there and watch Russell Wilson struggle. He had to wait, bite his tongue, and watch the Giants chuck another season down the drain.
Jackson Dart throws it down there, and that is caught for the...
When his moment came in Week 4, the gravity of the NFL shifted to New York. You saw videos pop up on YouTube about his incredible rise. You want to talk stats? Let's talk about 9 rushing touchdowns. He's not just a quarterback, he's a weapon of mass destruction. He's out there playing with the poise of a 10-year veteran and the legs of an Olympic sprinter. He took a Giants team that was dead in the water, buried under the turf, and he gave them a heartbeat. 15 touchdowns on the season and just 5 interceptions. If he were playing every snap, he would have better rookie stats than Drake May. And look, the kid is now in the Super Bowl. You know how hard that is for a rookie QB in the New York media fishbowl? It's impossible. It's a pressure cooker that's ruined better men than him. And yet, he did it. He protected the rock. He didn't just manage games, he won them. He led 2-minute drills that made my jaw drop. That's value. Jackson Dart has to do the hardest job in sport. Plus, he will date your mom at the same time. He has to read the blitz, manage the huddle, and make the play when a 300-pound defensive lineman's trying to end his career. Emeka Egbuka is worrying about his footwork on a slant route. Jackson Dart's worrying about the future of a multi-billion-dollar franchise. There's no comparison, no debate. He took them from blowout losses to overtime in Detroit and a single-point loss to Bo Nix. But here's why many of the experts are wrong. I look at Emeka Egbuka and I see a guy who's happy to be here. He's smiling, he's doing his little dances, he's consistent. But where's the fire? Where's the I'm gonna take your soul energy? I don't see it. I see a guy who's content to be a piece of the puzzle. I look at Tyler Warren and I see a guy who's enjoying the novelty. Look at me, I'm a quarterback today. Now I'm a blocker. It's a gimmick. It's fun for the fans, but it's not what wins championships. And in T-Mac, I see a guy who's frustrated, and he should be. He's playing for a team that couldn't win a game in a parking lot. But does he elevate those around him, or does he just look for his own targets? I see a lot of me in Carolina. But then I look at Jackson Dart, the man with the worst job in the NFL. He takes the sack and gets up to motivate his men. Jackson Dart has the gravity of a superstar. He pulls the entire team toward him. He makes everyone 10% better just by standing in the huddle. And that, more than any 1,000-yard season or any versatile stat line, is why he is the Rookie of the Year. Now, you can argue with me all you like in the comment section. I'd love it. But start engraving and put the name Jackson Dart on that trophy. If New York ever wondered where they were going to find the next Eli Manning, they have him. Now they just need to find the supporting cast. But as the saying goes, offense wins games, defense wins championships. So, after you've argued, go check out this next video on the best defensive rookies. As always, see you in the next one.